CSGO scammers are stealing people's identities. This is a real problem, it's been around for quite a while, and I think it really needs to get some attention. Now, if you could leave a like on this video, it would be hugely appreciated. I want as many people to see this as possible. It's a very deep rabbit hole, but it leads to scammers stealing people's online identities and also their real life identities too, which is pretty serious. I'm surprised it hasn't gotten a lot more attention, so hopefully I can make more people aware of this problem. Now, when I was making this video, I did kind of pivot topic mid-production, you'll be able to tell, but I've left the original material in because I thought it was worth including, but I thought I'd just mention that at the start of the video. Anyway, this video is sponsored by Skinport. Now, Skinport is the easy-to-use skins marketplace where you can sell your skins for real cash. It has over 400,000 skins on it, so I'm sure you'll find something you like on here, and if you do, there are no hidden fees for the buyer. What you see is what you'll pay, and on top of that, the skins here are miles cheaper than they are on the Steam market, up to 30% cheaper. Now, if you're a seller, Skinport will pay directly in your local currency. It is also extremely highly rated on Trustpilot with 4.9 out of 5 stars. It also comes with high definition skin inspect features so you can see exactly what you're getting before you buy, and it's got a skins database too. That is the thing, if you like skins, this may interest you. It is safe, secure, and easy to use. Check it out, link is in the description. Okay, trust. How do you know you can trust that another person won't scam you?
Hello guys, it's Boldly from Sweden!
Oh hey, look, it's Anomaly. Yeah, I feel like this guy's probably not going to steal your $100 knife. Anomaly is a great example though, because he has something that can't be faked, and that is the ability to make real people care about the 280 character nuggets of wisdom he shits out. The reason so many traders try to build up a status on social media is that it is the best way to get people to trust you, and genuine engagement is something that you can't fake. You can buy followers, but you can't buy attention from other big traders, or literal memes about you for that matter. Now, there is definitely a parasocial element to this. If someone feels like they know you personally because of what you do online, they are more likely to trust you. But there is also another reason why social media following is so important in this space, and it is because literally everything else can be faked. Everything, all of it, every last detail, and it gets extremely sinister, and that is what I want to focus on here. Now, it goes without saying that the scammer is going to put a ton of work into trying to convince you they are legit. If you don't want to trade, a normal trader will typically just give up and leave you alone. Scammers, on the other hand, come on, sell me your knife and gloves. I am the real one. Can scammer make a deal with Stack or Anomaly? Dude, I asked you the first time to sell me, motherfucker. You have no brain. That's why you got scammed. Follow me. I show you I bought $100 in Anomaly because I have Stack Anomaly and more scams every day. I was not looking for a million. You deserve a guy. And why don't you get followed by scam? Why you told you take the care of me after I see what I'm saying? I told you I would dollars. Why the real buyer happy to get same price of vials than scammer can offer? And that is just one set of DMs from one guy that I got sent. Now, I regret to inform you that the scammer in these DMs was unsuccessful. In fact, he got trade banned midway through his scam attempt. One day he's literally threatening the guy and saying he buys items every day. The next day, oops, trade ban. But you can see what he's been trying to do in the DMs. He's talking about his trades with Stack and Anomaly, and these were shown to his victim alongside a PayPal balance of €1 million in a Discord call, and all of it is bullshit. The PayPal balance, the trades, all easily faked through element manipulation. Now, this particular attempt was pretty weak. I mean, what sort of moron keeps €1 million in PayPal? Also, a trade with Anomaly doesn't prove anything. It is not a legit check. If you trade with Anomaly, he has not verified you, and Stack hasn't traded since 2017. And by the way, he's also literally been outed as a scammer, which was brought up too, and the scammer's response was to literally say that he doesn't care that Stack is a scammer. But although this is a B-grade scam attempt, you can see the classic things scammers try and do. Fake trade histories, fake bank balances, these kinds of fake documents, fake payment receipts, stuff like this are all extremely widely used. These guys love getting you into a Discord call and going through all the bullshit they prepare to try and convince you that you are in good hands that are about to reach into your wallet and steal your stuff. But there is something else that scammers love to steal, and that is identities. And this is where this story is about to get a bit more sinister. Now, impersonators aren't exactly a new thing in CSGO. everyone's heard about scammers pretending to be a discussion account of a big trader. Now, these scams are very 2016 at this point. They're pretty widely known about and pretty frequently mocked, but in the meantime, scammers have got a lot more sophisticated. One of the things I quickly came across after I opened up my DMs to the unwashed masses were a lot of people claiming that big traders had attempted to scam them. This one here is a great example of it because the guy in question is a massive collector, connected with all the big guys, and his inventory is just cracked. I mean, look at this, we keep on going. Down the end here, you'll start to see what I mean. It's just going to be gold knives, more gold knives, more gold. So each of these gold skins is the #1 ranked skin for this skin in the entire world. Now, just because you're big doesn't automatically mean you won't scam someone. I mean, just ask Stack. But someone like this is definitely not going to be lurking around Reddit so he could scam someone using fake BitSkin spots. This was 100% the work of an impersonator. But here's where I came across something pretty shocking, because apparently the scammer had done a screen share on Discord where he'd made it look like he'd owned the account, and done a convincing enough job that the guy I was speaking to fell for it. And this is a regular type of scam I hear about, scammers pulling people into Discord channels and then screen sharing fake proof to make it seem like they're actually big traders. Now, I don't know exactly what techniques are being used to fake the screen shares. I haven't managed to find a recording of this happening yet. Obviously, the victims generally don't know what's coming, so they're not filming when it happens, but I have found a couple of screenshots to give a bit of insight into what's going on. Firstly, there's this one here which shows a scammer using inspect element to fake a trade. Pretty low effort stuff, I've got to be honest. I'm fairly disappointed in this scammer. I expected more effort. But there is also this image I've got here which shows a scammer using an inventory changer to make it look like they're a semi-finalist in Katowice 2014, which is so blatant and ridiculous that I don't think it really helps his case. It makes it less convincing, not more. What I will say though is that I suspect some of the techniques being used in these scams are a lot more complicated than this. I think they probably involve custom-made software designed to impersonate accounts. Long story short, Discord screen shares just can't be trusted, and if they're not speaking to you on the account, odds are they don't own it. But this is the less serious type of impersonation. The more serious type involves people committing literal identity theft, and not only is it a thing in this community, it is actually a rampant problem. So a while ago, I got a really interesting DM about a conversation somebody had with a scammer. Now, it had all the usual hijinks. Look, I've got heaps of hours in CSGO, I would never scam you. Look, I'm the admin of a group with 9,000 bots in it that you've never heard of. Look at all the trades I've faked on my account. See, you can totally trust me, you stupid I mean, bro. But then I saw something that I hadn't seen before. The scammer had sent him a picture of his ID card. Now, because of YouTube policies, I've got to blur a lot of the personal information, but long story short, it was a very obviously stolen ID. The guy in question was apparently a Yank who was a permanent resident of Canada. His name is Anglo as f. Basically, he's me except from Canada. But as we can see from the messages, he's clearly not English first language. There are way too many grammar errors for this guy to be a native speaker. So obviously it wasn't real. There was even a fake Instagram attached which just added to the obvious facade, and he sent additional pictures of himself to the guy he was trying to scam. This was a stolen identity, and what I discovered pretty quickly was that this is not an isolated occurrence. In fact, this was a rampant problem. Now, if you are part of the Twitter sphere, Lord have mercy on your soul by the way, you might not know this is a problem. But aside from Twitter and Discord, there is a third place where people trade skins, and that place is Facebook. Now, it doesn't have the best rep, but it exists and it is not going anywhere, and it is also where a lot of this identity theft is happening. Now, a really great summary of how it works was provided to me by Camostyle Sweden. Basically, the scammer comes along and offers some little guy mad overpay for their skins and says they'll go first in the trade, but only if the victim shows their ID as proof. Once they've got an image of the ID, they then block the victim and start impersonating them using photos stolen from the victim's Facebook profile. And of course, now they've got a picture of the ID to convince other people they are the real deal. It is incredibly simple, incredibly sinister, and it can also be outright life ruining. For example, this is Thomas. Thomas is one of the biggest and most notorious scammers in the Danish Facebook trading scene. Here is a bunch of Danes warning each other about him, but Thomas wasn't the one doing the scamming. His identity had been stolen, and his situation got so out of hand that it was literally covered on Danish news. This is just a sample of the transcript. Quote, "I have scammed for 500,000 Danish kroner. The problem is, I am not the one who scammed. My identity was stolen. My name is Thomas, and 8 months ago, I had my identity stolen. I receive about 20 messages a day with threats from people who are going to come and beat me up. I've got information that the scammer so far has scammed for about 500,000. My Facebook was hacked, and on my account I had a video where my face is visible together with my driver's license and health insurance certificate. This video was in a Facebook chat and had been used to verify my identity on an earlier occasion. This is more or less a common process when buying CSGO skins to avoid scams." Now, he goes on to explain more details about how he got hacked, probably by a phishing scam by the sounds of things. The guy who did it was apparently called Jonas, and then he goes on to say this. "One day, I found out there were 6 people waiting for me outside my home. They wanted to beat me up. That's when you get really scared, when it goes so far that people come to your home. I fear that they'll use my identity to try and take bank loans or commit other kinds of frauds. I'm really worried about the future. What happens if I have to repay all this money? But I've not done anything. It's not me. I hope they stop using my identity so I can be myself again." This guy's life has been ruined just so someone could scam CSGO skins. I have seen a lot of bad stuff involving CSGO skins before, but I've got to be honest, this is probably the worst I've ever seen. And on that note, unfortunately, this video is kind of at an end. Please, please, please don't ever give out your ID when you're doing skins trades. Anyway, that's it for now. See ya.